Video, I'm going to help you find freedom. Before we start our exploration to discover the freedom that you're seeking, let's understand something. We're all seeking freedom, but this freedom that we are seeking is actually impersonable. It doesn't belong to you. It's not something that can be possessed or owned, that I have freedom. It's something far greater than that. The truth is that you are freedom. So let's discover it. Let's close your eyes. Get nice and relaxed and open. Just curious, open to going on a little exploration. Simply slow down. Empty all the thoughts, all of the ideas, all concepts, all identities, all stories. And now there's just emptiness. Be aware of this emptiness. See that now there are no thoughts. No body, no mind, no feelings, just nothingness, no thingness. Be aware that right now there are no limitations. There's nothing to attach to. There's nothing here and now. this emptiness, this nothingness, is freedom. This is what you are. Free from the mind, free from the body, free from feelings. You are the freedom. You can't have freedom. You are freedom. There's no freedom for the person. See that this is freedom from the person. A person is just a concept, just a thought. See that you're not thinking about yourself right now. You're simply, as you are, free. You are free. You are freedom. This nothingness, this emptiness, this formlessness, it's here and now. Freedom is here and now. Freedom is not an idea. Freedom is from ideas. See that everything arises in this freedom. The body is seen in this freedom, is experienced in this freedom. See that the mind is known by this freedom. Feelings arise, they come and go in this freedom. But when this freedom becomes attached to the body, when this freedom becomes attached to the thoughts, when the freedom becomes attached to feelings, it doesn't feel free. See that this freedom is prior to the body, prior to feelings, prior to the mind. See that the mind, the thoughts come and go. The body comes and goes. Feelings come and go. But this freedom is always here. You are this freedom. It's a spacious, presence, awareness, that has no limitations, infinite freedom. Simply is, always open, always allowing. Be aware of the freedom that you are. Know the freedom that you are. Freedom becoming aware of itself. The more freedom becomes aware of itself, the more free freedom is. There is only ever freedom. The thought that this freedom could be attached to a body, attached to a mind, is simply an idea, a belief. And freedom is so free that it's okay with that idea. It's okay with that belief. It simply allows that belief to happen. Within it. It allows the illusion of imprisonment, the feeling of being a prisoner. That too happens within freedom. You are never imprisoned because there's only freedom. You're never the body or the mind because you are always free. You are freedom. The fact that you exist without the body, without the mind, shows how free from the body and the mind you are. Just like in deep sleep, when you don't have the experience of the body and there's no experience of the mind, you experience the freedom from the body. You experience the freedom from the mind. You are now experiencing yourself as freedom. And there's a great happiness, a great contentment, peace, restfulness once we find ourselves as freedom. The idea that we are a person, that's the imprisonment. The idea that we are the mind, we are the body, that's the imprisonment. But that happens in this freedom. A freedom that's beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond feelings, beyond experience. All experiences arise in this freedom that you are. This freedom is the end of suffering. One can only suffer when it believes that it is the body and the mind. The fact that you exist without the body, without the mind, reveals that you are fundamental, you are prior to the body, to the mind, that the body is a limitation, that the mind is a limitation, and those limitations are experienced in this infinite freedom. This infinite freedom is so free that it allows itself to contract and believe that it is the body and the mind, so that it can experience itself. From a finite experience. But see that you are freedom. You are free from the body, free from the mind, free from all attachments. Everything is changing, but this freedom is permanent. The body is just an accumulation of food, always changing. The mind is just an accumulation of thoughts, always changing. Feelings always changing. But what's here right now is freedom. The freedom that you are. permanent freedom. What is aware of this freedom right now? It's freedom becoming aware of its own freedom. Its true nature. Your true nature is freedom. Your true nature is free from the body, free from the mind. This freedom is unborn and never will die. The body dies. The mind dies. This freedom does not die. It is infinite. It is eternal freedom. The body changing, the body growing old, the body getting sick is experienced by this freedom. The mind changing, collecting thoughts and memories, imagining, forgetting. That is experienced by this freedom, the freedom that you are. Accept this freedom. Accept that you are not the body, you are not the mind. Accept this freedom and be free here and now. Nothing needs to be done. You are already free. You only have to realize that you are already free. Simply stay aware of this freedom that you are and feel how freeing it is. Know that without any experiences of anything else other than yourself, you exist. You exist as this freedom. You always have and always will be free. Simply become aware of this freedom that's here right now. rest in the freedom that you are. A freedom that's unconditional. A freedom that's unconditional, but allows all conditions to happen within it. What you actually are is free of conditions. All conditions are limitations. You are unconditional freedom, limitless freedom, infinite freedom. Realize this. Freedom from the story of who you thought you were. Freedom from the body of who you thought you were. Freedom from any thought. This is the only freedom. There is only one freedom, and you are that.